Okay. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming and sometimes hair, so that sounds like a thing. Make sure you are subscribed. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. It's the actual evening right now. I usually film in the morning, so it's kind of weird for me to be filming at this time of the day. I feel tired and not ready to do this, but I'm doing my evening routine. I'm in my pajamas, and this is gonna be a mixture of a video. This is my kind of like just a video to say thank you for helping me get to 1 million subscribers. Something I never thought would happen and still doesn't feel real. I think it's a bit like I don't really know what that figure entails other than 1 million people subscribe to my channel. A giveaway as well, but I also want to get a bit more personal because I don't think I've ever really done a personal Q&A. I don't vlog, I don't open up about a lot of stuff on this channel, so I kind of wanted to do that whilst I do my evening routine. And yeah, that's it really. My fingernails are a bit of a mess. I painted them and they look crap, so I just peeled it all off. Okay, yes, so first of all, thank you for 1 million subscribers. I'm not really sure how or why it happened, but thank you. I think I started off my YouTube career in a direction that I didn't really want my channel to be. I started as like a for men channel, which I'm not about at all. I still consider myself new to focusing on just like skincare for everyone. So it's nice that even though I don't really know what I wanted with my channel, I never thought basically I'd get to this number because I didn't really know until more recently what I wanted to do with my channel, what I wanted my channel to be. There'll be many more things coming up and happening, and I had big plans for this year, and obviously I think a lot of people did, and COVID just kind of shut that all down. So let's get on with the routine because my face is drying out. I usually do not all my routine, but the majority of the first steps of my routine on damp skin. I just feel like my products penetrate better. I'm left with like a healthier looking glow. So I use the COSRX Centella water alcohol-free toner just to re-dampen my face. If I haven't, oh, so I forgot to turn that light on. It's too late now. It's too late. And then I'm going to go in the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA+BHA Pore-Tight Toner. I love this, and I haven't talked about it enough. I won't be talking too much about these products, but because I want to answer questions that you have asked me over on Instagram that are a bit more personal and not skincare related. But yes, I really, really like this. It's like this gloopy texture that you can pat into the skin. So very, very different to other exfoliating toners that you get. Just super gentle. I'm at the point where I pretty much use this every day. I usually use this in the morning, to be honest with you, but I just kind of wanted to give it a shout out right now. I like a lot of BHA toners, exfoliating toners that I use. This leaves your skin nicely hydrated and plump. I feel like a lot of them tend to like not dry me out, but they do give me just like a shine rather than a glow, whereas this has those hydrating properties. I believe it's like cactus water or something. But yeah, all right, let's get into the questions. You can tell it's the evening and I'm not really into talking about products right now. Okay, so a lot of people are asking me if I'm single, about my relationships, if I have a girlfriend. No, so I'm not single. I've been with my boyfriend. Boyfriend feels really immature. My partner, for about, I think 7 years now. Met ages ago. He's got tattoos on his arm of one of my favorite Japanese artists, and I found him through a hashtag on Instagram, and then we've been together. He moved to London from Wales, and then we've been together ever since. So no, I'm not single. Someone also asked me what my worst date was, and I've never dated. Actually, I went on one date and it was horrific. It was so bad. It was in university, and it was with this guy who was like really, I think he did like fine art or something. Super clever, super intelligent, and we went to this place called Bella Italia. And you know when you do that thing where you're just like looking through the menu, but you're not really taking it in. And I was looking at this menu, I was like, oh my God, it's all in French. Like, I don't understand it. And we were talking, and I think he was talking to me about politics or something. And I was like, he was like, do you know what you want? I was like, I can't really understand the menu. It's all in French. And he was like, oh, we're in Bella Italia, so the menu would be Italian. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. He was like, but also the menu's in English. Okay. So, okay, should we just go and get drunk? And we did. But yeah, I don't like dating. The whole concept of meeting up with someone and sitting there trying to get to know each other to see if you're compatible for the rest of your life doesn't sit well with me. I find it very, very odd. Someone asked if I'm materialistic, except for skincare and K-pop sabers. I'm not materialistic. Like, I don't like show off what I have, but I do like having things as a sign of what I do, if that makes sense. Like, I treat myself every month to stuff. I like buying people stuff. I like having things around me. I'm a consumer. I contribute to society. But no, I don't care if people have things, and I don't care if people know that I have things or don't have things, you know. I wouldn't say I'm materialistic. I do like stuff, though. It doesn't even have to be expensive stuff. I just like stuff, as you can tell from my collections of everything. Oh, actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to say names, so I won't be saying names because a few people have asked me to keep them private, but some people have asked what brought me onto doing skincare as a topic on YouTube. I've got a video about it, like my skincare journey, but I did have really bad skin when I was younger, and we don't have a lot of dermatologists here in the UK, well, easily accessible dermatologists here in the UK, especially where I grew up. I couldn't just pop to London and see a dermatologist. You know, they're expensive as well. So I just had a doctor. I went to a doctor and he prescribed me with some medicine. I think it's called Zineret, that just dried out my skin. It was crap. So I took it upon myself to kind of like look up what would work for my skin. That journey took me to Lush Cosmetics. So not the best, but I was, you know, I was trying to investigate things that worked for my skin, and that became an obsession, whether I was good with skincare or not back then. It did become an obsession of mine. The next product I'm going to use is the Jordan Samuel Hydrate Facial Serum. Sorry about the packaging, but it's well used. I'm actually going to re-wet my skin, add a layer of hydration. The Fine Mist. This is a lovely hydrating serum. I always mention that every hydrating serum nowadays just seems to be packed with every molecular weight of hyaluronic acid that the company can put in their serum. This has sodium hyaluronate in, but it also has some other amazing ingredients like aloe, glycerin. We have cucumber fruit extract. It's just really nice and hydrating without being just overboard of hyaluronic acid. Where do you see yourself in the future? Are you a house and kids kind of guy or bachelor forever? So I'm definitely not a kids kind of guy, and I mean no offense, but kids just aren't for me. I don't know how to speak to kids. I don't care for kids. That sounds really awful. But yes, I do want to buy a house. I was advised not to this year because of COVID. But yeah, I do want to buy a kid. I don't know. I don't. Oh my God. I want a house. I'm a dog person. Dogs are my kids. And I'll be getting another puppy in January. Unfortunately, here in the UK, it's not as easy to adopt or rescue dogs as it is in other parts of the world. But hopefully, another dog in the future we'll be able to rescue. So I'm really looking forward to that. My dream would be a big house with a huge garden and dogs. No kids. Have you ever, I was asked this a lot actually, a surprising amount. Have you ever competed with your twin? Sibling rivalry is natural, was amplified by you guys being twins. No, I think even though we hung out with the same people, we had the same friends, we never did the same thing. So we were in a lot of different classes. I think one of the only classes we had together was art in GCSE. I went to college and university, Rob went straight off to do makeup. So we've never been in direct competition with each other. And even then, I don't think we would have tried to compete with each other. Like, our parents were never the type of people to be like, succeed, do this, do that, or you're not coming home, or you're not getting this. We always just were encouraged to do the best that we could, and we always did. So I don't think this competitive nature is within us. I think that's why now I'm always like a community over competition, I think is one phrase that has got me through my life. I think, you know, working in some of the jobs I've worked in that are quite competitive to get to different levels and to kind of get your name out there, getting along with everyone, being a good person, not getting jealous of those who are doing better than you, not thinking you're better than people who are not quite at your level yet is something that other people around you notice. So community over competition has been like my slogan for like my whole life. It gets you a lot further in life than that competitive, I must be the best, I must do better kind of nature, in my opinion. A lot of questions also asked if I was religious. I'm not religious, no. That's not to say I don't believe in something like a power or a more powerful something, a creator of sorts, but I'm not religious. I think religion's fun. Not fun. I think it's a nice idea. I think if you live your life guided by a certain religion, I think that's a nice thing to do. When it comes to like judging others, I think that's not the nicest thing to do. So no, I'm not religious personally, but I respect all religions. Going back to my partner, a lot of people ask why he's not in videos, and that's my choice, to be honest with you. When I started this channel and putting myself out on the internet in general, that was my choice, you know. And I think a lot of people want to know a lot more about your personal life, but that's not always something that you want to give out. A lot of people know a lot about me already, really. Well, not really. They see me nearly every day. They know my brother, they know my older brother. And there are some things that's just nice to like switch away from, you know, when I'm like relaxing at home, having dinner, or on the sofa watching a film, my dog and my partner, I don't want to be like posting pictures of us or people asking me more about him and all that kind of stuff. It's just nice to have something that isn't linked to work in some ways. Have I ever considered plastic surgery? Yes. So for those who don't know, I actually get filler in my nose. I need to top up, but it kind of like pulls out this bit here, just to get rid of this dip in my nose. And that's the only thing I've really been self-conscious about my whole life, is my nose. I remember being very, very young, like almost like 16, 17, and really wanting a nose job. And of course my parents wouldn't let me. And even through my 20s, I wanted it, but I was like, no, wait, you might learn to like it. I haven't come to like my nose, to be completely honest with you. But I also know it's ridiculous to think that every single part of us is going to be amazing, like we're going to love every single bit about us. Or it's ridiculous to think that we should worry about one part of our body because other people might not find it as like attractive as you think it should be, if that makes sense. But no, I do get filler. Would I get a nose job eventually? I think so. I do want a nose job, but it would literally just to add some cartilage in there and bulk out that bit. But it's unrealistic to always be like, I feel great about myself. We're gonna have shit days. Like, there are days when I look at myself and I'm like, my nose is absolutely fine, but the majority of the time it's like, my nose is shit, like I don't like it. No, I'm very real with myself. I know I don't like my nose. I might get a nose job one day. It's not the biggest stress because I can get filler until then. But yeah, I also don't look down on plastic surgery. I think a lot of people look down on plastic surgery and I'm not sure why. It's common. If you do it properly, it's safe. And just let people be happy with the way they look. Oh, how old am I? I'm 31. Can you believe it? No, not really. What do you think of the US election right now? Funny you should say this because I have been watching CNN nonstop for the last week. I had a bath, and whilst I was having a bath, they announced Biden as the winner. Everyone did. I'm just going to rehydrate. I think it's a really crucial time in like America's history because, you know, I think whatever your political views are, I think it's important to like take a step back and think, right, is this person up to the job? Are they the best representation of our country? And I don't think Trump was at all. It's more than time for a new president. I don't even live in the US, and the moment I heard that Biden had won, pretty much they're still counting, but he's pretty much won. There was this weight lifted off my shoulders that I didn't even know I had. I think it's the idea of constantly waking up to seeing, oh, what's Trump saying now? What's his latest hissy fit? What other segregation is he going to make? I think like a lot of people just want people to come together now. And I think that's what not only America needs, but I think that's what the world really needs right now. So I do think this election was very, very important. And I'm very happy with the outcome. Is YouTube my primary job? It is. It's been my only job for about 2 years now, which again, I never thought would happen. It's really strange. Like I remember it was actually on my birthday. It was March the 12th, like 2 years ago. I had a part-time job and doing YouTube. And I was like, this is going to be my life forever, like doing YouTube and having a part-time job, and then both clashing into each other and not really being able to focus on either. And then literally overnight, March 11th to March the 12th, everything went mental. Like I got loads of new followers, like loads of views, a huge American audience, which to be honest with you, if you're a YouTuber, you want that huge American audience because that's where the AdSense money comes from. So my AdSense money doubled overnight. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be able to do this full time, and I'm still doing it full time. And I have a team, which is my family, which is even better. So yes, it is my primary job, and I'm very, very lucky. It's insane. I get like, and now I'm on 1 million subscribers. I don't know. I remember getting my 100k plaque and thinking, oh my God, this is like the most I'm ever gonna get. This is insane. Like I'm happy here now. And that was when I still had a full-time job. So to be having 1 million it's, I don't know. See, this I feel very disconnected from it. Not in a bad way, but it doesn't seem like everything's still normal, you know, like everything's still the same in my channel. Really, it's been gradually growing, which I like gradual growth. I feel is safe. I don't know. Do you get annoyed when people confuse you with Robert? No, you can't be an identical twin, a very, very similar identical twin, and get annoyed when people confuse you. It is kind of like annoying that when we grow up, people always say the same thing, like, oh, I thought I was seeing double. I thought you went. It's like, yeah, we get it, we're twins. And then when I was on YouTube, no one knew I was a twin. It was just me. Then Robert came onto the platform, but then that kind of all started up again. It's like being like 10 again, and people being like, oh, twins, and it gets a bit frustrating to saying the same thing day after day after day, but it's never annoying. You can't be annoyed with people because you're twins. You literally look the same. It's not annoying. It's just like a little bit when people are like, I thought you were the same person. It's like we have completely different introductions with our names on. So sometimes I'm like, but then I appreciate that a lot of people just kind of listen to our videos rather than watch. So it's never annoying. I'm grateful that people are like discovering both of us now, and you know we both talk to the same people, and I'm enjoying it. Am I a good driver, and what car do I have? So no, I don't hold a license. I failed my test on an emergency stop, and I believed at the time when you fail an emergency stop, you fail your whole test. So I took a test, didn't pass it because of an emergency stop. I then moved to London, where you don't drive anyway, and then I've been back in Hampshire for about 2 years. And to be honest with you, it's just been crazy. It's been a crazy couple of years, and I've not learned to drive. However, my partner is like a home husband, and he looks after our dog in the house, and he drives me around. So I got us a Tesla. It's our first electric car, so we got one of the older models in case we didn't like it, but yes, we have a one of those. Do you give second chances, or are you a quick cutter hoe off? I don't give second chances, no. I think I generally like people. I generally want to be friends with people, and I always immediately give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm a good judge of character, yet I still like to see how people play out. But no, if you fuck me over, you're gone straight away. But I think that's something that's come with age. I'm at the point now where I don't need friends. I'm very, very happy with the ones I have. And of course, it completely depends on the situation. If it's something extreme, then absolutely not. I think like the pressure to be friends with everyone and to have a big group of friends is kind of like weird. You don't have to like everyone. And if someone's fucked you over, cut them off straight away. You don't want to deal with their shit. Okay, the next product I'm going to use is kind of like a pre-moisturizer. It's the Hydraluron Moisture Jelly from Indeed Labs. I recently did a sponsored job with Indeed Labs, and they sent me a few products, and I loved them so much I kind of went out and bought a ton of my own. But this is a very lightweight moisturizer. That, look at that. You can see the glow like literally being added to the skin. And what I like about this one is, unlike a lot of gel moisturizers, it's not alcohol heavy. It doesn't quickly dry down into the skin, which is usually okay because a lot of these kind of like gel hydrating moisturizers are kind of targeted at people with more oily skin. But this one honestly gives you a glow that lasts all day. I absolutely love it. I've been very lucky with sponsorships recently. I got me and my brother, like you don't know, me and Robert are with this management Saatchi social, and it's amazing when you like get management, like good management, what you can say like yes and no to, and the kind of people that they can actually reach out. They're like, who do you want to work with? And it's like, oh, I want to work with these people, but I don't think they'll really want to work with me. And then they reach out and they're like, yeah, they'll work with you. And you're like, what? When I didn't have a manager, sorry, somebody did ask me about sponsorship, so I'm just dropping this in. When I didn't have a manager, I used to be able to, I used to turn down a lot of jobs because they wouldn't kind of like, what's the word? Like they weren't so lenient with the contract. Whereas when you have a manager, they send you the contract and the terms, and you can be like, no, not doing that, not saying that, not saying this. And the manager sorts it out for you. So you get to work with some amazing brands, but also on your terms, which is really, really good. Oh, I just love that. And it feels so like plumping as well, and cooling and soothing. How do you hope to grow your personal brand and content in the next 5 years? I think a lot of people ask this and ask if I'm gonna be releasing a skincare brand. At the moment, I'm gonna say no. I feel like there's already too much in the market, and I would just be adding noise to that rather than contributing something new. As far as my brand. It's always weird to like call yourself a brand, but you are, I guess. Just seeing how it goes, seeing what you like, seeing what gets views, like, you know, where YouTube trends go. You know, at the moment it's all about reaction videos, so I'm doing a bit of that here and there. It's fun to do, but also, you know, I want to get a bit more involved in the behind the scenes stuff. I'd love to like work with more like other creators, and I don't know. This is the thing, is in my life I've never thought about a 5-year plan or even a 1-year plan. I'm a very much like go day by day, go week by week and see how it goes. I'm super chilled, super relaxed when it comes to anything like that. So I feel like if I look too far into the future, I'm giving myself goals that if I don't reach equals a failure, and I don't ever want to look at it like that. So if you don't set goals, anything is a plus. A lot of people asking about coming out story. I don't really have one. One day I was just like to my parents, like, I have a boyfriend, you're going to meet him this time. They're like, okay, cool. That's kind of it. It wasn't really a coming out story. The same with Robert. We don't really have those coming out stories. We never felt like there was a coming out of the closet, because we never felt like we were in one, really. I don't know, I think everyone's like, you know, what did you go through and what were the emotional struggles? And the answer is there weren't any, to be honest with you. Very lucky, very, very lucky. What did I study? So I actually studied editorial and advertising photography. So it's photography with a focus on beauty and fashion and advertising. And that's why I do my Instagram versus reality series, because it's kind of a merge of those two worlds. Like, I used to be obsessed with like digital retouching and beauty work and manipulation, and that I love delving into like how that's moved over to the influencer world now, and how we all kind of have those little skills at our fingertips. So I literally said like no skincare questions, and there's so many skincare questions. Oh, what sparked your interest in alternative fashion, spirituality, witchy stuff? So I get this question a lot. I get asked if I'm a witch. I get asked if I'm into, I used to have like the all-seeing eye in my background. People are like, you're the Illuminati, you're the devil. I'm just super into that stuff. Our Nan from Mexico, she always talked about, you know, the unexplained. She used to buy all these unexplained books, but she used to talk a lot about tarot cards and our dreams and palmistry and all this kind of stuff that we were super, super interested in. Growing up, me and Rob would learn about tarot, like reading tarot cards, palmistry. We'd always be like looking in dream dictionaries and stuff. And, you know, we believe in that stuff. We believe in witchcraft. We believe in the more spiritual side of things. I just think it's more interesting. I think the aesthetic of it is super interesting. We've always had kind of like interested in like the darker side of everything as well. There's just always this like more artistic flair behind the witchy side of things, alternative fashion. And I used to do like commercial fashion when I was styling. It's very boring. It was the same thing all the time. I know there's just something about it that I find really comforting, something in the darkness that I find comforting. And I'm going to get more people now thinking I'm a Satanist, but Satanist, look it up. It's not about the devil. Satanism. What's the biggest mistake you made when you worked your normal 9-to-5 job? Before we do that, my last step is going to be the Super Retinol and plus Vitamin C Night Renewal Moisturizer from Beauty Pie, another brand I did a sponsored job with ages ago, and kind of became obsessed with their products and their services. I really, really like this. It's super gentle, super non-irritating on the skin as well. So, biggest mistake I made, I think, was maybe caring too much. I think especially when you work for a bigger company, for example, I worked for ASOS and Top Man, and I think the biggest mistake I made was thinking that they cared for me. They don't care about you, they care about money. So you should never stress yourself out over doing a perfect job whilst you're there, or trying to please everyone, or if you're late a couple of times. I think I think as awful as it sounds, that's the biggest mistake I made. In Top Man, I worked as part of a very close team in personal shopping, and that's where kind of like everything changed, because I loved my manager. We were all so close. Like, to this day, it's still some of the best years of my life, and there's still people that I would forever call my friends the rest of my life as well. And that completely changed the way I looked at my 9-to-5. Well, I never worked a 9-to-5. It was always shift work. And when I worked in the salon, when I was trying to take YouTube more seriously, so I wanted just a job I can focus on whilst I was in that job, and then focus on my YouTube channel. Again, it was a independent kind of company. It wasn't a part of a big conglomerate. So you want to work well for the people. who own it, and because you knew them, you were friends with them, and I think they're the kind of companies that I would forever be happy working in. Did you have corona? No. Has it ever annoyed you that Robert also does YouTube? PS, love to you both. Thanks. No, I as I mentioned, I was really trying to get Robert to do this full time, and like he does now, but I think we are, like in most stuff, I think we're stronger together. I think it's more interesting when we do stuff together. I think we work well together as well, but no, not at all. I think at the moment the people I work with is Robert and my older brother Marcus, and I don't see how I could ever be annoyed with that or ever be like, oh, I wish it was just me, you know? But it's nice. By the way, this is a Melty Cream Lip by Milk Vanilla. It's a Japanese brand. It's just a very basic lip balm, to be honest with you. Oh, how do I deal with hate comments? This is an alright one to end on. I don't, because they don't bother me, to be honest with you. And I think that's something that comes with just being older, towards the older side of being an influencer. I think if I was like in my early teens to early 20s, which a lot of like popular TikTokers, YouTubers, Instagrammers are nowadays, I think I'd be dealing with it very differently. I think I'd find it very, very difficult. I also would think that like numbers would go to my head. You know, I think if I was on a million, which I am, I'd be like, don't you know me? I am James Welsh. I'm on 1 million subscribers, even though there's millions of people on 1 million subscribers, you know. I think when it comes to hate comments, it depends what mood I'm in. If I'm in a mood to kind of like fuck about them, I'll reply and have a good laugh, and like I'll send screenshots to my brother and stuff. But they just don't bother me, because I presume that these hate comments are kids, because if you're an adult leaving hate comments, that's a very unfortunate and sad life. So I presume they're kids. It's just unfortunately what kids do. No offense, but a kid's opinion about me isn't gonna make me too sad. Always remember, if they don't know you personally, don't take it personally. And you don't, it's difficult to anyway, when it's these anonymous profiles, or what things that do wind me up are just stupid comments that I'm like, why, how did you come to that conclusion about certain things? Then I might go off a little bit, but then I'm like, oh, it's not really a big deal. But let's talk about the giveaway. I have 10 £100 vouchers for YesStyle.com for you to win. To win this, please go and comment on this picture over on my Instagram. You need to be following myself and YesStyle. I'll be picking 10 winners in a week time. Don't message me asking to win, because it will be picked at random. And I'll ignore you for the rest of your life. But again, thank you so much for subscribing. Whether you watch my videos or not, obviously not everyone does, because I don't get 1 million views every video, but I really appreciate it. As I always say, when I reach like a certain goal, I'm really happy at the moment. I'm so comfortable with my life and my job, which is all thanks to you. I'll be forever grateful whether you stick with me or whether you don't. Thank you so much. I was going to hold my plaque, but I think that's a little bit cringe. I'll insert a picture of me standing next to it instead. Check out all the giveaway information in the description box down below. But that's it from me now. I will see you soon.